What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and you guys, we are here today with Let's Get Into the Blogs. This is going to be the hot topics for the week of November the 18th through November the 24th, you guys. And before we get into this, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning your post notifications on, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss what is hot and what is trending this week, shall we? All right, you guys. So for the another week where I think I'm gonna record my video on a certain day, and so much stuff happens that I'm like, you know what? Let's postpone it, you guys, because this week so much stuff has come out. Now, initially when I was gonna do this video, there was very little stories out there, but now it's so many stories out there, and most of them happened on, let's see, I don't even remember when some of these stories came out. Like on some of them, I was really gonna record my video on Tuesday, but by Tuesday, nothing happened. And then, I was like, okay, I want to record this by, I want to have this up at least by Thursday. But the stuff came out, and I was like, okay, maybe we should wait a few days. Maybe we should wait a little bit, and get everything done. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is this story. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the Scream franchise, right? So I'm a big, huge fan of Scream, and you guys know that in 2022, they revamped, they redid Scream, right? So what they, if you guys are familiar with Scream, Scream stars Neve Campbell. I was about to say the characters' names: Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette, right? Those are the big three names from the original, from Scream, right? And so they've been, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, and Neve Campbell have really been in every Scream since the very first one, right? And if you guys, spoiler alert, if you guys didn't watch Scream 2022, David Arquette's character, Dewey Riley, was, taken out. It was hard to watch that scene for him to be taken out, you guys. But hey, it is what it is. When we go to these Scream movies, you always run the risk that, hey, one of your faves may not make it to the end, right? Like I said, I've been a fan of Scream since Scream 1. I've watched every Scream in the franchise. I watched Scream 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this current one, 6, that we just got this year. So when they came back with it after, because I think it had been at least 10 years, because I was in, I think the last one, Scream 4, was in 2011, if I'm not mistaken. So they waited a little over 10 years to bring out the last one, which was Scream 2022. And so they brought in a fresh new cast, as well as, 3 legacy characters. And those legacy characters were Dewey, Gale, and Sydney, right? Portrayed by Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, and then David Arquette, right? And then they brought in some new characters, which were, I'll say the characters' names because I don't know every actor's and actress's name. But I do know the main two, Melissa Barea, as well as Jenna Ortega. And you guys, if you guys know anything about Jenna Ortega currently plays on Wednesday, right? So you have Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barea, who are the new, the new faces of Scream, so to speak, right? So earlier it's been rumored since the end of Scream 6 that they were going to do a Scream 7. And we had the writer's strike, the actor's strike, and now everything is over. So now we're getting ready to get back into the throes of, producing these movies, right? So I saw earlier this week that they had dropped Melissa Barea from Scream because of the fact that she had posted some things, and they were people. Now, according to the reports, it was anti-Semitic, but she is in support of Palestine, right? Now, I haven't really spoke on Israel, Hamas, and Palestine and all that stuff because, to be quite honest with you guys, I don't completely 100% understand what's going on. I know the gist of it, but I don't know enough about it to discuss it, right? So, like I said, Melissa Barea had, and if you guys watched the Scream movie, Melissa Barea, her character's name is Sam Carpenter, and Jenna Ortega's character's name is what is her? Sam and damn, what is Jenna Ortega's character's name? I cannot even think of her character's name, and I watched that movie like it's nothing. But so Melissa Barea's character, Melissa Barea actually was let go from the movie, and I was like, okay, that's very interesting. I saw so many people on social media who were upset and saying that, they're not going to support the movie because she's not in it. And I was like, okay, I understand that, because it's kind of how I felt with this last Scream. I feel like the decisions that Spyglass makes are very terrible, to be honest with you guys, because this past Scream that came out this year, Scream 6, this one didn't have Neve Campbell because the production company didn't want to pay her. And I was like, that's very interesting. The production company didn't want to pay her for Scream 6. They didn't want to pay her what she was asking for. Now I don't know if she has signed on to return. I know that people have been talking about that, but I don't 100% know if she's signed on. Let me take a look and see. I don't know. I don't know that Neve Campbell has signed on. But I just don't know if, so for me personally, Sam was a badass. Sam is the new age version of Sidney fucking Prescott. Like, I just don't know how the movie, how we can go forward, right? Without Neve Campbell and Sam Carpenter. Because I think that they are the new, for Sam to be the new final girl, she's a really great final girl, and I love her. Badass. If you guys have not saw Scream 6, definitely go watch it. The way she took out that the person behind Ghostface, the Ghostface mask in this movie, baby, she is vicious. But it will be interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do, because like I said, social media is not too happy about the fact that now Melissa Barea is out. But I also just read this recently as well, that Jenna Ortega is out as well. Now, I did read that the reason why Jenna Ortega is out is because of, scheduling conflicts between her filming Wednesday and this movie. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys watch Scream and all that kind of stuff. And I am thinking about doing some rewatches of horror movies, some that I've watched and some that I haven't watched. It's just, I have to get me a new camera, you guys, so that way we can have the freedom to actually record without having to having to deal with this phone and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you guys, let me know your thoughts and your opinions down in the comment section below, you guys. Let's pause here and move forward. All right, you guys. So next up, let's talk about Real Housewives, you guys, and more specifically, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Real Housewives of Atlanta has been all the talk this last week, I would say. So much stuff about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, the first thing is, I did read from the Jasmine brand that production for Real Housewives of Atlanta is on hiatus until spring of 2024. And that's quite a ways away. That is quite a ways away. And Real Housewives of Atlanta just ended in what? So we're in November. And so Atlanta ended in what, October, I believe? September, October, something like that. I don't remember when they ended. But what else? Needless to say, Real Housewives of Atlanta is off, right? And they're saying that they're not coming back, and they're not going to be filming into spring of 2024. So if they film in spring of 2024, then that means that we won't get season 16 until the summer or maybe even the fall. That is going to be very interesting. That's going to be very interesting to see. Also, I did see some reports I saw last week where everybody was talking about the situation where both Drew and Sonya had taken RHOA out of their Instagram and I guess maybe Twitter bios. Now, Drew did come out and say that she never had RHOA in her bio. I don't know that. I don't know. I don't follow Drew. Wait a minute, I do follow Drew. I follow Drew on Instagram, but I never looked at Drew's bio, so I can't really say what was in Drew's bio previously and what wasn't in Drew's bio. I will say y'all are like, and some of y'all are like Inspector Gadget when it comes to that kind of stuff. I just don't understand the fascination. I mean, some of y'all watch these people's social medias like a hawk, like, because to know that she done her and Sonya have taken RHOA out of their taglines, I would have never knew it. And then, like when y'all take a look and see that people are not following each other anymore, I would never know. I don't look that deep into who follows who and who doesn't, right? Now, the other rumor that is out there currently is that they're only thinking about bringing back 3 women and letting go of, the other women, right? And for me, I know I've saw a lot of people say that they believe that they'll bring back Kenya, Candy, and Sheree, which I don't know why they would bring Sheree back, but it is what it is if they do bring Sheree back, right? For me personally, I think that season 16. So what they're doing is they're saying that they're going to bring 3 women back, and they're out looking for new potential housewives, right? And I'm cool with that. I feel like what they're going to do is give this the Real Housewives of Miami, aka, and also the Real Housewives of New York revamp that they've done, right? Not this current season of Roni. If you guys go back, I can't remember which season it was. It was in the earlier seasons where they had let go of a lot of the cast except for a few people and just brought in new girls. Like, I think it's when they brought in Heather and all of them. I think it's Heather. I'm not positive. But I know there's one season where they completely let go of a lot of girls in Roni and brought in a whole batch of new girls. And it worked for them. And the same thing is currently working for the Real Housewives of Miami, where Miami only brought back, actually, Miami pretty much brought everybody back with the exception of, they didn't bring Karen's back and they didn't bring Leah Black back. They didn't bring Joanna Krupa back. But for the main cast of Miami, you have Larsa Pippen for God knows what reason. Larsa, Alexia, and Lisa, right? Larsa, Alexia, and Lisa. Then you got the introduction of Julia, Dr. Nicole, and Gertie, right? So I think that's what they might end up doing with Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm okay with it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Also, let me know, who do you guys think? So if they keep 3 women from this current cast that we just had of Real Housewives of Atlanta, who do you guys feel that they should keep, right? I know people keep talking about them bringing Portia back. I can actually see them bringing Portia back, but we shall see. Like I said, they're saying that they're not going to start filming until the spring of next year. And that's very interesting, right? Because you guys know Sonya, but again, they saying Sonya's gone because Sonya actually has a storyline this season, her pregnancy. I like seeing Sonya on my timeline with the pregnancy. I would have loved to have followed her through this journey, but it is what it is, you guys. I know, and I don't need anybody leaving in the comments. I never said that I never wanted her gone. I just thought that she played the fence. That was always my issue with Sonya, is that she just plays the damn fence. But it is what it is. Then speaking of Real Housewives of Atlanta, people still talk about Nene, and I just want to say this right here, right now, you guys. I love Nene, right? Nene was my girl back in the day, but at this point, you guys, that ship has completely sailed. I don't see Real Housewives. Now, I know people are like, oh my God, so Nene and Bravo are following each other again. So that means that they'll bring her back. And I know people asked Andy the question at BravoCon about Nene. You guys, at this point, let that ship just sink into the ocean, because I just don't see Nene coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. As much as I think she would be good to come back, you guys, I just honestly don't see Nene Leakes returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, you guys. And let's pause here and we're going to move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So we also now have to extend a rest in peace, you guys. So former First Lady Rosalynn Carter, she passed away. I think she actually passed away on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. I believe she passed away Sunday. She was 96 years old. So it says here, her services are going to be next week in Georgia. Oh, it says Biden and President Biden, First Lady Jill Biden will be in attendance at her funeral next week in Atlanta. Let's see. Like I said, she was 96 years old. I know that they had just recently moved her. I think when I tell you they just moved her, I think they had literally, I don't even think it had been a full week that she had been under the care of hospice because they moved her to hospice. They had moved her to hospice because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Jimmy Carter is also in hospice. So they moved her to hospice, and when they move you to hospice, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the end of the road. I hate to say it like that, but that's pretty much it, right? Because when my grandmother had cancer, they put her under hospice care, and they were telling us, hey, these are her, she's in the last days of her life, so prepare to say your goodbyes and all that kind of stuff. But hey, like I said, former First Lady Rosalynn Carter says she died I was correct, Sunday at 96 years old, with husband former President Jimmy Carter, who turned 99 last month, by her side at their home in Georgia. Their son told the Washington Post. The Carters celebrated their 77th wedding anniversary this summer, and by then had already been the longest married presidential couple in the United States history for some time. In the wake of Rosalynn Carter's death, new details emerged this week about her final moments and the former president's devotion throughout them. The couple's son, James E. Carter III, known as Chip, detailed his parents' last days together in the comments to the Post that were published on Wednesday. He said that his father sat by Rosalynn Carter's bed in his wheelchair on Saturday night as other family members gathered in their bedroom. So I'm assuming what they did was they probably did it like how we did it with my grandmother. We didn't want her to pass away in hospice. We wanted her to be at home in her bed, comfortable, right? But unfortunately, that didn't happen for my grandmother either. Because I remember it. What happens is, when it comes to stuff like this, right, when they are sick and they're passing away, what they told, and I remember the conversation vividly. They gave us the option of, my grandmother could stay at home, and we were like, yeah, we prefer her to be at home. And so what they said was, when the time comes, call 911, and they had it on at the hospital, that she was a cancer patient. And so when the ambulance would come, they wouldn't have the sirens on, because it wasn't an emergency at that point, because it was just come out and get her so we can move her. And that's actually exactly what happened. It happened on New Year's Eve. I remember it like it was yesterday. I took my mom to work, and so I went back home. And when we got off work, every night at this point, up to this point, she would get off of work, and we would go back to my grandmother's house. We would stay with her until we got tired and we went home. And so this particular night, I got her from work, went to my grandmother's house, and there was my aunt was there with the ambulance there, because my grandmother at that point had become unresponsive. So that's probably what's going on here, is they just decided to let her stay at home. So it says here, my dad told her he loved her and thanked her for all the wonderful things she had done, Chip Carter told the newspaper. Then he asked us to leave so he could be alone with her. Rosalynn Carter entered hospice care at the couple's Georgia home shortly before her death. I got it correct. It says the Carter Center shared the news in a statement issued Friday on behalf of the Carter's grandson, Jason Carter, which said, she and President Carter are spending time with each other and their family. The Carter family continues to ask for privacy and remains grateful for the outpouring of love and support. The former First Lady was previously diagnosed. Oh, she had dementia. The Carter Center said in May on behalf of the family. She continues to live at home in Plains, the small farming city in central Georgia, where both she and her husband grew up, to which they returned later in life. That is so sweet. The Carter Center announced in February that Jimmy Carter was receiving hospice care at home following a series of short hospital stays. The charity, which the former president founded in 1982, said in a statement at the time that he decided to spend his remaining time at home with his family and receive hospice care instead of additional medical intervention. The center did not specify why he had recently had a short hospital stay, but the former president had undergone treatment in 2015 to have a small cancerous mass removed from his liver, but said the following year that he did not need further medical attention after an experimental drug eliminated the cancer. Child, don't it pay to be a president, huh? But yeah, you guys, that's really it. I mean, they lived long, good lives. She was 96 years old when she passed away, and he is currently 99 years old. So yeah, that's a life well lived, a life well lived, and also not a rest in peace, but a happy birthday. President Biden celebrated his 81st birthday, so congratulations to him on that. And that is all I got for that. Let us pause here, you guys, and go ahead and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next thing that I want to talk about. So now we're going to get into a lot of the mess, you guys. Let's talk about Tommy from Love and Hip Hop. I talked about her last week, and we're gonna talk about her again this week because something ain't right up there with that girl. Because y'all know she got into it last week with Tamar, and I still don't quite understand why she got into it with Tamar, but she got into it with Tamar nonetheless. And then this week, I don't know what game they were at, but she was out, and who was there with her? Well, beside her, Jr. Tamar's ex-fiance. Now, when it comes to Jr., you guys, I'm kind of confused when it comes to Jr. Honestly, I don't like the word clout chaser or nothing like that, but that's kind of the vibes I get when I see JR is that he's a little bit of a clout chaser. No shade and no tea, you guys, but that's the vibe that the man gives me personally. Clout chaser. If you agree, let me know. But yeah, I just thought it was odd that him and Tommy are sitting at the damn game together. I'm like, how in the hell did this happen? Why did this happen? Who asked for this? Not I. Speaking of Tommy, I was on Twitter the other night, right? And I saw that I guess somebody was saying something about Tommy and her age, and somebody said that she was 50, and I do believe that the person was gay, and she made a very, very, to me it was homophobic, because she equated that person to having HIV. I was like, well, damn, how did you go there? Like I've never really saw for Tommy. I did always feel bad for Tommy, but I will say with Tommy, Tommy is her own worst enemy, and that is all I gotta say. But I'm so still. If anybody understands what the hell is going on between Tommy and Tamar, is there a beef that I didn't know nothing about? Because for one, I don't keep up with Tommy. I don't follow Tommy. The only time I see Tommy is when Tommy is on the blogs, because I don't watch Zeus Network. I did have a subscription to Zeus for Baddies ATL, but I soon let that shit go. And I haven't been back to Zeus since, because Zeus for me is just pure trash. I did see that Zeus is trying to go into the realm of scripted shows. Good luck to him. Will I be there for it? Probably not. Probably not, because I don't think that these blogs are gonna post the scripted shows. They get more attention and traction from your likes of Bad Boys, Baddies, and Jocelyn's Cabaret. So good luck to him, but it ain't for me. But yeah, like I said, you guys, if you guys know what the issue is between Tommy and Tamar, definitely let me know in the comment section below, you guys. Let's pause here and let's move forward. All right, you guys. So this week, there were like a lot of people who just were not having a good week, and we gonna definitely hop into them. But the next story that we'll talk about is the situation with Halle Bailey, you guys. Now, um, when I saw it and I saw the woman from I guess she was going to get her nails and toes done, right? And I saw the woman when I didn't see it initially. What happened is I saw the woman on social media the next day crying, right? And I saw people in the comments saying to her, "Oh, girl, why are you crying now?" So I didn't know the logistics of the story, right? So the story plays out is Hallie was going to go get a manicure and a pedicure, right? And so she had made an appointment for herself, and Chloe was going to come and be there as well to get hers done. So not Chloe, but Hallie went to go to the appointment, and she called and told them that she was going to be, her sister was coming, and that her sister was going to be running late, right? And so she decided that she would go in early. And the woman, I guess, kept asking her where was her sister, and she said, "Oh, she'll be here in about," I think she said, at 1.9 minutes or something like that. Now, you guys, I mean, here's the thing. So for me, I'm somebody that is very punctual. I don't like being late. That is not something that I prefer to do. If I know that I have somewhere to be, I'm gonna try to be there on time. If not, then I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you know what? I'll call and be like, hey, I'm running a little late. I'm probably," and I'll actually be like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to reschedule this," right? I don't do that too often. If it's a big appointment, I'm going to make sure that I make it no matter what. But if it's something that, I can give them a little bit of advance, like, "Hey," and if I know that I'm running late, I'm not going to call you 30 minutes before. I'm going to actually give you a call a whole hour. If I'm like, "Hey, something came up, I'm not able to make it." And I did see a lot of people saying that this could be privilege and entitlement from Chloe and Hallie. And honestly, I don't disagree, you guys. You guys may feel a way about that, but I don't completely disagree. Because if you made an appointment for someone to do your nails at 2:30 and you call them and say, "Hey, I'm running a little bit late." I'm fine with 15 minutes, but if you're anything later than 15 minutes, then it's like I got other clients that I have to deal with. I don't give a damn if you are a celebrity or not. I have other paying customers that I have to take care of. If this person made an appointment with me and they're on time, and then I'm like, "Oh, I got, mega superstar Chloe Bailey coming in, so I'm so, so sorry, but I gotta put you on the back burner." I would look at somebody and be like, "Bitch, what?" I get that Chloe is Chloe Bailey, but girl, I'm paying you as well as she is. My money spends just like hers. The same way I felt with that situation down in Atlanta with Candy them and that guy Keith Lee, right? I don't give a damn who you are. You're still a person, and I'm still gonna treat everybody the same. So Chloe said, not Chloe, but Hallie said that the lady went off on her and was upset. Now her little boyfriend DDG or whatever his name is, I kind of want him to stay out of it. Now I do know that people have said that the woman already had negative reviews on her on Yelp and all that kind of stuff. But him going on to his social media platform and implying that the woman was being racist towards them, and then her fans going in and leaving nasty. That's my problem. That is my problem with social media and with stan groups today. Reality TV stands, or even just stands of these artists. That is my problem with a lot of stan groups, is some of y'all take these things too seriously. Y'all don't know these people personally, right? Yeah, you don't like to see that your fave is being mistreated, but if you don't know the logistics about what happened, if you weren't there to see it, then mind your business. Don't go onto people's websites and tarnish their brand and reputations because of your faith. That has not a damn thing to do with you, and I don't like it, you guys. That would be I like because we see it with like Love and Marriage Huntsville, where people were going onto Stormy's website and leaving negative comments about her because of how y'all felt about her and Mel. Stop doing that. If they haven't done anything to you and you haven't frequented it, if you haven't frequented that business, what the fuck are you going on their website for and bashing them? You didn't get any service from them, so stop doing that. That takes money away from other people. And you listen to this story with Chloe and Hallie. Hallie went on time. The people were willing to do her toes and her feet. She said that since they wouldn't service her sister, she told them to stop and she got up and left. That was her choice. Yes, I know you told them that your sister was running late, but I don't work around your sister's schedule. If your sister wanted to get her toes done, then she might want to find somebody that can cater to her schedule. Other than that, it the fuck ain't me. Like, so I don't feel bad. I didn't really feel 100% bad for Hallie and Chloe. Love them down, but I didn't feel bad for them. What I want for Chloe to do is kind of put a little muzzle on your boyfriend. And again, like I said, I know people have already said that the woman already had, other complaints about her. That's fine. If those complaints are legitimate, then that's fine, because those came from people who frequented that Russian nail shop. If you didn't frequent that nail shop, why are you leaving a nasty negative comment on her business? I just think that that's so hateful. I would never, like I said, I love Beyonce. I love Beyonce. I love Rihanna. I love Adele and all of them, right? And if somebody were to say, oh, if they were coming and say, I went to such and such and the service was so bad, I'd be like, okay, the service was bad for you. That doesn't mean it's going to be bad for me. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to then go into this person's website, Yelp, whatever, and be like, oh, because you fucked with Beyonce, you fucked with Rihanna, you fucked with Adele, I'm just going to be like, this place has got the worst food ever, or this place has the worst service ever. It's dirty, it's this, it's that. And I've never even been there. Like, tell me how much sense does that make? And I'd be wanting to equate this to a younger demographic, but it's not always these days, it's not a younger demographic. It's some young people, but it is also some older people who do this. And it's just like, you are old enough to know that you are like, come on. You're being malicious. You're maligning people's businesses and their characters that you don't know anything about. You're going off of, here's the thing. You're going off of what Hallie said, and you're going off of what this woman said. And you don't know what happened. There may be parts that Hallie is telling the truth about, and there may be parts that this woman is telling the truth about, which then lies in the middle. The truth is somewhere in the middle. Her side, this side, and what's in the middle. But you guys are literally just going off of and actually you're not really going off of what Hallie said. You went to that woman's website based off of what DDG said. That's really where this came from. You guys went off of DDG, and then Hallie came out and spoke after that. Like, I just did not like that. I thought it was a little tacky for me, but hey. And if you guys feel a way about it, it is what it is. I want people to stop doing stuff like that. That's all I have to say. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, you guys. Let us pause here and let us move forward to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next story is one that I'm still trying to understand. It's the story about Angel Reese. They're being kind of tight-lipped about the situation with Angel Reese, because I don't necessarily know what's going on. She has been suspended from, because people had noticed that she wasn't playing, and she has been suspended. But they're saying it's not related to academic performance, because that's what I had read previously, that it was an academic suspension. So it says the head coach of Louisiana State University's female basketball team has explained why one of their star players, Angel Reese, has been dropped. Although Kim Mulkey didn't give full disclosure of the details on the absence, Reese has missed 2 games since being pulled from the starting lineup, with the talk on the grapevine being that she has proven problematic behind closed doors, although it is not connected to her grades and academic performance. It says Reese is regarded as one of the best players on the NCAA team, and in 2022-23 put up, oh, okay, I don't care about that, her points. It says you always have to deal with locker room issues, Mulkey said to media. That's just part of coaching. That's what coaches do. Sometimes y'all know about them, sometimes you don't. And sometimes you want to know more than you're entitled to know. Oh, okay, sis. Let them know. She says, I'm going to protect my players always. They are more important. It's like a family. If you do some discipline of your own children, do you think we're entitled to know that? That's a family in the locker room. You know what? I gotta sit here and tip my hat to sis, right? I really gotta tip my hat to sis. Mulkey shot at the press. With the absence of a player of Reese's talent, questions and theories will duly follow, and this is exactly what has happened, much to the displeasure of the LSU Tigers coach. She took particular grievance to the use of the word suspension and the connotations of ill discipline. She says, it doesn't matter what I say to you guys. You're going to write and interpret things the way you want to. Some of you wrote some things that I never said. I've never said I never used some of the words that y'all wrote. You interpret it the way you want it. Just write it. She says, I'm gonna repeat that. I never said some of the words that y'all wrote. You interpret it the way you want it to. Just write what I tell you. You know what? Like I said again, you guys, I really do have to tip my hat to the woman because she's being tight-lipped, and I have to, like I said, I respect that because what she just said is, this is like if we're a family. So what goes on in my household, right? If I were to have kids and I were to discipline my kids, I don't owe you any explanation about why I discipline my kids or what the reason was for me disciplining them. And so she's very protective of Angel. So yes, Angel may be suspended, but she's not going to sit here and say, oh, well, Angel, got smarter at the mouth with me or another coach or her grades, this and this and that. I have nothing but respect for that. I have an immense amount of, can't get my words together. I have an immense amount of respect for that. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below, you guys. But we shall pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So these next few stories, they all have a similar, they have a similar thing in common. As sexual assault. That's the thing of this next topic. The first one we're going to touch on is one from last week. Now, you guys know last week that Diddy settled with Cassie, right? I don't know if Cassie finally opened up the floodgates, but bitch, the floodgates open. Now, Diddy is now being accused of another, essay, right, from 1991. And so let's see what this one says. It says Sean Diddy Combs was hit with a second lawsuit in as many weeks, accusing him of drugging and, essaying a woman who claims she was also a victim of alleged revenge porn by the music artist. The civil suit filed under the New York Adult Survivors Act names Combs and his companies, including this is literally the same article, damn near, from Cassie last week. The lawsuit filed in New York Supreme Court demands a trial and seeks damages. Plaintiff brings suit against defendants to redress the substantial and lifetime injury she has suffered as a result of being wronged, essayed, and abused, and being the victim of revenge porn that Sean Combs or P. Diddy created and distributed. The suit filed in New York Supreme Court stated. A spokesperson for Combs says the allegations are made up and not credible, adding that the move is purely a money grab. The last-minute lawsuit is an example of how a well-intentioned law can be turned on its head, the spokesperson said. Mr. Combs never assaulted her, and she implicates companies that did not exist. It continues. A representative for Bad Boy Entertainment was not immediately available for comment. The alleged victim, Joy Dickerson Neal, was a Syracuse University student at the time of the 1991 incident and had previously appeared with Combs in a few video clips of a music video. The suit alleged she agreed to a dinner at a Harlem restaurant reluctantly, in quotes, with Combs while on a school break for the holiday in January, when he pushed to keep him, when he pushed her to keep him company while he attended a few things in the city. The suit alleges during the date he intentionally drugged her, resulting in her being in a physical state where she could not independently stand or walk. While at dinner, she left to use the restroom and left her drink unattended, it is alleged in the suit. In the car, the suit alleges she took a puff of a blunt under pressure from Combs, and from that point on, plaintiff's memory is incomplete. Now, it says, quote, driving first to the music studio where she could not get out of the car, Combs proceeded to a place he was staying to sexually assault her, the suit alleges, because she had been drugged. Plaintiff lacked the physical ability or mental capacity to fend off Combs, the suit alleges. The suit alleges Combs video recorded the sexual assault, and days later a male friend revealed to Dickerson he had viewed it. Horrified, Ms. Dickerson asked how many others saw it, to which he responded, everyone. Thereafter, Dickerson alleges her life went into a tailspin. She was admitted to a hospital for severe depression and suicidal ideations, and the suit claims. According to the suit, Dickerson filed police reports at unspecified agencies in New York and New Jersey and spoke to several prosecutors hoping to press charges, and was told her allegations would never be corroborated. The suit goes on to say Combs expressed great success with the launch of late Notorious B.I.G.'s career, whose hit single Juicy was charted on billboards, and claims witnesses were terrified that Combs would retaliate against them and that they would lose future business and music opportunities if they made a statement in support of her. The accuser was trying to gain a foothold in the industry, working as a location scout for an industry cameraman, and despite her allegations of emotional pain, continued work in the music industry at a DJ management company after the incident, the suit alleges, the suit states. She eventually left as Combs' star continued to rise, and his presence was inescapable, according to the suit. It was the filing of the lawsuit about his abuse of Cassie Ventura on November 16th that forced her to face his assault again, the suit says. So we already know about the stuff with Cassie. Combs' representative at the time said it was in no way admission of, him settling with Cassie was in no way an admission of wrongdoing, and does not want in any way undermine his flat-out denial of the claims. Let me know what you guys think. So, speaking of Diddy, let's talk about Paula J. Parker, you guys. I ain't really saw for Paula since she was on Carlos's show, Hollywood Divas, but she basically condemned Cassie. She's talking about she don't get it. Man, what don't you get? Like, that ain't got nothing to do with you. She tweeted all this stuff. So Paula is questioning Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy on Thursday, November 16th. The actress hit Twitter, aka X, unloading on the singer for failing to tell the bad boy boss no. Parker used a series of tweets to assert that due to Cassie's inability to stand up for herself when she was 19, she was not built for the industry. However, she did insist that she wasn't saying Cassie was lying, but at what point does pleasing your man become all this? Girl, what? Run that back. As a SA victor, one would think I get it, but I don't, she tweeted. I was a child looking for nothing from anyone, but y'all called us thirsty for protecting what's mine. But it ain't thirsty when you forget to protect your behind. I'm sorry, but I don't get it. I used to be 19 and I was in the industry and I was quite capable of saying no. You're between a rock and a hard place in this industry. You suffer no matter your choice. So why not choose God? It worked for Jesus. Girl, shut up. She also says, I wish someone would have said that to me 3 years. And she said, I wish someone would have said that to the 3-year-old me that couldn't say no, but by 19, we're all strong enough to make choices that affect the rest of our lives. The Friday Entertainer said, if you can't say no, you're not built for it. Take that midnight train now before you get yourself in trouble. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying she wasn't complaining about being his woman and the fame that came with it. What goes on between man and woman is just that. At what point does pleasing your man become obvious? Only chicks dating freaky millionaires. Paula. Paula, 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 Paula. Ma'am. That should have been something that you just kept to yourself, to be quite honest with you, because nobody gave a fuck what you said. So you're basically victim blaming at this point. I don't care if she was 19. I don't care if she was 29, 39, 9 years old. Did you read the stuff that she said that man did? Someone as powerful as Diddy, I'm pretty sure there would be people who would be like, I can't go against him because if I go against him, then let's use this person for an example. Dwight Howard, you guys. You guys see what Royce said about Dwight Howard, how he basically has made that girl's life miserable, right? He took the money. She had a joint account with her and her mother. He took her mama's money out of the account. So Paula's talking about all of this. It's not just her that she might have been worried about. It was probably her family. Paula, shut the fuck up. This is why I said in my Kiki Wired video that, there are people who have done reality TV that I wish they had never done it because it makes me look at them sideways. Paula's one of them people. Paula, shut the fuck up. Jesus the Christ. The next person, you guys, that is accused of sexual assault, Jamie Foxx. I was like, what the hell? Actor Jamie Foxx faces sexual assault and battery charges in a lawsuit filed on Monday with the New York State Supreme Court. The alleged incident occurred in 2015 at Catch, New York City, a popular New York City restaurant, according to the complaint obtained by CNN. CNN has reached out to a representative for the plaintiff seeking comment. The plaintiff, identified as Jane Doe, claims in the suit that Fox intentionally and without consent used force to offensively touch plaintiff's person, including groping her breast and genitals. The complaint alleges Fox seemed intoxicated at the time of the incident. As a result, the complaint states the woman suffered and continues to suffer physical and emotional injuries, anxiety, distress, embarrassment, and economic harm, and is seeking an unspecified amount. A spokesperson for Jamie Foxx told CNN in a statement Thursday the alleged incident never happened. In 2020, this individual filed a nearly identical lawsuit in Brooklyn. That case was dismissed shortly thereafter. The claims are no more viable today than they were then. The statement added, "We are confident they will be dismissed again. And once they are, Mr. Fox intends to pursue a claim for malicious prosecution against the person and her attorney for refiling this frivolous action." The plaintiff is also suing the restaurant parent company Catch Hospitality Group and various related business entities as defendants for negligent hiring, training, and supervision. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let me know what you guys think about that one. The next one, Cuba Gooding Jr. I was like, well, I be damned. He got a lot of them against him. Like He is he is not shy to any of these allegations either. Cuba is facing renewed allegations of sexual abuse by two women who previously brought criminal charges against the actor. Gooding, 55, was sued by Jasmine Abbey and Kelsey, I don't know how to pronounce their last names, for sexual assault and battery in two separate lawsuits filed Wednesday in New York. According to the documents obtained by today, both Jasmine and Kelsey both alleged sexual misconduct by Gooding in past encounters, claimed the actor's behavior was malicious, willful, and outrageous. In addition to a jury trial, both women are seeking damages for lost wages and emotional distress, as well as punitive damages, liquidated damages, and attorney's fees. Yikes. The women filed their claims under the New York Expiring Adult Survivors Act. Wow. And their window closes on November 23rd, which is Thanksgiving Day. Yikes. It just gets worse and worse and worse. The next one, you guys, is going to be music mogul Jimmy Ivan, accused of sexual abuse and harassment. Jimmy, co-founder of Interscope Records and of the headphone brand Beats, has been accused of sexual abuse and harassment by an unnamed woman. Ivan was served a summons ahead of a lawsuit being filed against him. The New York court document contains allegations that the woman suffered as a result of being sexually abused, forcibly touched, and subjected to sexual harassment and retaliation in violation of anti-discrimination laws in or around August of 2007. She is seeking compensation via damages. A spokesperson for Ivan told Variety, "We are quite shocked and baffled by this alleged claim. The inquiry is the first we've heard of this matter. No one has ever made a claim like this against Jimmy, nor have we been contacted or made aware of any complaint by anyone, including this unknown plaintiff, prior to now." He has 20 days to respond to the summons, or 30 if the summons isn't delivered to him in person. Yikes. And he's 70 years old. The allegations against him have been made in the wake of, again, this New York Survivors Act. Yikes. And the final one, you guys. Whew, Lord Jesus. This is why I said this video was late coming out, because, yeah. Former Bad Boy Entertainment president Harv Pierre accused of grooming and sexual assault in new lawsuit. Former president of Bad Boy Entertainment, Harv Pierre, is the center of a new lawsuit, which alleges that the producer used his position to groom and sexually assault his previous assistant, according to the Rolling Stone. The details of the suit, which have been brought forth by an anonymous plaintiff, were revealed on November 22nd. Pierre used his position of authority as plaintiff's boss to groom, exploit, and sexually assault her, the complaint alleges. Pierre engaged in a year-long pattern of grooming the plaintiff, leading to sexual harassment of the plaintiff and sexual assault. The lawsuit indicates 2016 and 17 as the height of the alleged abuse, in which Pierre allegedly inflicted physical and mental trauma upon the victim. Yikes. Good luck to all these men. If it happened, I hope that these women are, rectified. But yikes. I know every last one of them are denying the allegations. I'm not shocked. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you guys thought about all of those. Very interesting. Let's pause here and move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next story we're going to talk about is Royce Reed, you guys. You guys remember, I don't remember when this story came out, but you guys remember that Royce, her son, right? He had a case against him for, I think it was, I also believe it was, the essay, right, of a young child. And so, Royce, since he's a minor as well, and the crazy thing is he can't be around kids. And I was like, ugh. I really hope that they get, honestly, what it is with Royce. I hope she and her son both get help because there's something off there, right? I don't know what it is, but Royce Reed claims she and her son. Oh no, not that one. But I know she escaped going. She's not going to jail for that. I think I forgot what it was. Let me see if I can find that article. So yeah, it says here that Royce, basketball wise, Royce Reed avoids prison in a child neglect case. Another day, another former basketball wife star caught up in a messy court case. Um, so, fortunately for Royce, her day in court turned out a little better than it did for British, right? Royce got lucky, and the judge spared her. She narrowly avoided jail time altogether, and Radar Online reported all of the details of her court case. Um, so yeah, last year Royce was charged with child neglect, a third-degree felony that can carry a prison sentence of up to 5 years. It stemmed from a situation with her 14-year-old son, whom she shares with Dwight Howard. The court said their son had a sexually inappropriate interaction with another child. He had been instructed not to hang around people who were more than 2 years younger than him because of a previous incident. When he violated that rule, they punished Royce for allowing it to happen. Royce pleaded not guilty to the charge, but after over a year of back and forth in court, she and her legal team have come to an agreement that will keep her from serving jail time. Instead, she'll complete a community service program and take some classes, presumably about how not to neglect your child. If she fails to complete the program, the court will. If she fails to complete the program, the court can reevaluate. A letter obtained by the outlet said if the defendant successfully completes his program of rehabilitation, the case will be disposed of by an order of dismissal, or I don't know how to pronounce that. If the defendant fails to meet the program's objectives, the case will be reevaluated and this office will take appropriate action. There's no word exactly on how much community service Royce is going to have to perform. She has a court date coming up on December 6th, which should solidify the details of the agreement. In the meantime, Royce is probably somewhere celebrating that she found a way to stay out of prison. I bet she is. But yeah, you guys, I really felt I really feel bad for her, and I have no idea what to say. Drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts and opinions, and we'll pause here and wrap up, you guys. All right, you guys, so the last story. Tiana Taylor, you guys know previously she had revealed that she and Iman were separated. Well, turns out she filed for divorce and she cited emotional and mental abuse. I did see something where it did say that he had cheated. So this is from Iman's attorney, released a statement, and it says Mr. Schumpert hopes parties and councils can work toward a fair resolution, keeping the best interests of their children of paramount concern. The former Cleveland Cavaliers shooting guard also posted a meme of Joe Budden looking at his phone hours after the news broke, which can translate to Schrumpert being confused by the allegations listed in the divorce filing. Now, mind you, it says she filed back in January, so I don't know how he would be surprised because the separation was announced in September. It's so interesting because they, from what you see, they always look like a happy couple. They had that show Tiana and Iman, but it just goes to show that you don't really know what's going on behind people's everyday life. So that's why I never say couples goals for anybody but people that I literally know in my personal life, you guys. But that's all I got for this week, you guys. This is gonna be a long ass video because I broke it up into parts. So the first part, I'm gonna put them all together, but the first half was 25 minutes, and now this one right here is over 30 minutes. So it's gonna be a long ass video, you guys. But that's really all I got, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about these topics that we discussed. And I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. If you guys are out there doing Black Friday shopping, let me know what you guys are getting. I'm very curious. I was looking at the ads this year, and the ads were nothing. So I'm going to keep my money in my pocket this year. I'm kind of happy about that. I don't plan on buying anything until the 15th of next month when I buy my new camera. But yeah, you guys, I will catch you guys in the next video, you guys. So I will see you guys for the season finale of Love After Lockup. Then we have Ready to Love, Make a Move, as well as Bell Collective. Then Saturday, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Sunday, Potomac and Married to Medicine, you guys. And I will catch you guys later. Bye, guys.